Purple Haze 2 by Camron. Camron has prepared a new album based off the name of his beloved Purple Haze album, Purple Haze 2. Can Cam get that nostalgia going with this one? How do we feel about it? Here's our honest review of Purple Haze 2 by Camron.
Purple Haze 2 by Camron. I never in life thought I'd be saying Purple Haze 2 is actually an album.
Why is that?
Just because I don't know if you was listening to Camron back when Purple Haze 1 came out, but that album was delayed. Like they even say it on Purple Haze 1, like Purple Haze the album, previously recorded in 2001, but it didn't come out till 2004.
Damn.
So like all the songs were on mixtapes. He did like Diamonds and Pearls, but Prince blocked the sample because Prince don't clear samples. It's like you better learn how to play your own shit. He ain't sampling mine. So it was just like, there was a lot of stuff that was preventing him from getting the music out. So he just puts a lot of the songs on mixtapes and leaked them, and that's what it is. How you feel about this album artwork?
I actually thought it was pretty dope. I love the font that he has for Purple Haze, and I love the fact that how he made the car purple and everything. And it's got the dollar signs as decals, whatever. But I like how it's like one of those kind of like cartoonish, like kind of filter looking photos, but it's pretty dope.
Yeah, he went to Angela Valdez's funeral and took a photo at the.
Real?
Nah, I'm just joking.
I'm about to say.
I'm just saying, you see the gravestones. He probably had like all his homeboys that passed joint, but I just felt like I just had to say it was
silly,
Angela
man.
joint.
Silly.
But I like the purple money decal that he has on the car. I like the way it somewhat looks cartoonish, the way they kind of colored on top of him and drew on top of the stuff. Kind of has that comic book vibe to it.
Yeah.
The flow of this project, man, it's somewhat of it's not like the same vibe as he did with Purple Haze, but at the same time, it's somewhat a vibe of Purple Haze. Like, Purple Haze is like imprinted into my head. I listened to that album so much when I was younger. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was one of the joints I like when I was on my way to school in college.
Okay.
That's what that was one of the albums in rotation along with College Dropout and The Love Below and not Food and Liquor. Well, Food and Liquor was in rotation, but Chicken and Beer.
Okay.
And Purple Haze and the Diplomatic Immunity album, like, and all the Diplomat stuff was playing. So that's a vibe for me.
Vibe is just straight Camron. Like, I wasn't the biggest Camron fan, but everybody around me listened to Camron, so I was bound to hear Camron wherever I go. All right, but this is just Camron all day.
One glaring wink, everybody wearing pink. Highlights, man. Look, Toast to Me came on, and I was just like, okay, he's getting those old school sounding beats. Like, this is Diplomat style of beats right here. So when I heard that, I was just like, cool, fire. That's what I'm talking about. Medellin is like, in my opinion, his version of a club, younger people type joint. So that song was actually pretty cool. Losing Weight Part 3, I was in love with this song when I first heard it. I love all the losing weights. So when I heard it, it feels so. What they did with this one is they took the beat from Losing Weight Part 1 and just stripped it down to just the piano, a little simple drum, and like just the bass. And Camron telling stories over top of it. And I like kind of how he did the can't get paid in the earth this big, you worthless kid. You know the rest. Like, if you're a fan of Cam, you know the rest of that line. So I was just like, I like how he did that. He did that for people like me. I Don't Know, featuring Wale. I thought that was fire. You get Wale doing his, like, jokingly but killing shit Wale.
Yeah.
I like that. And him and Cam actually do make a pretty good team. Big Deal. He sampled Melanie Fiona. Gone and Never Coming Back. Love that song. I love how the sample was flipped. The Right One is fire. This Is My City and Keep On Rising. I like how they went into each other. He did the whole R. Kelly. I normally don't do this, but let me give him a little taste of the remix. And then when he tried to sing when he tried to sing the I'm Gonna Give It To You All Night Long part, it was hilarious. That joint was funny. And I like what Max B did on there. And then the same thing, he did it again kind of with the Get Back and Just Be Honest featuring Mimi. I like the way he did that. Killer Bounce. At first I was kind of like, I don't know, but it actually ended up growing on me. Believe in Flea, it's one of those super inspirational sounding songs. If y'all don't know, Flea is one of his nicknames.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, Killer, you got Cam, you got Flea.
Yeah.
He got a whole bunch of.
Flea. Okay.
So, I just like how it has that type of vibe to it. homegirl that was singing that hook, she could sing. Where her record deal at? And Straight Harlem featuring Jim Jones and Shada 93. First of all, Shada 93, never heard of him. He killed that joint.
Yeah.
And then it was cool to see him and Jim just doing what they do back and forth. It had that old school sounding diplomatic beat, and I thought it was a really dope way to go out.
Yeah, man. Toast to me. I thought that was actually a dope way to open the project. I was feeling Losing Weight 3 a lot. I don't know if it was that one or the next one where he made a line about a number 2 pencil or something like that. Lead.
Oh, killing them with the number.
Yeah, that had me rolling. I don't know. Wale was really, really cool. The whole this is my city and keep rising. Get back, just be honest. I really love how they just went into, whenever, like you're saying, Killer Bounce was actually from the start. I was just like, yo, I'm feeling this.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what it was about it, but overall, what I like about Camron, even if I'm not a Camron fan, he was himself on this all the way through. He didn't care about no new sound, no new this. This was just straight Camron, and I think the fans really appreciate that because, like you said, you probably felt right at home from the get-go.
Low lights, man. Look, I got a few. I'm not a huge fan of Medellin, to be perfectly honest with you.
Yeah.
Keep on pushing. I hated the delivery.
Okay.
So I was just like, man, why are you stuck in that delivery? And then he came out of it for a little bit, and then he went right back into it. I'm just like, don't do that delivery, man.
Doing what he want, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's Cam. He does whatever he wants, man. Fast Lane was okay. It's not a horrible song, but if I'm gonna add that to my low light section, and then I mean, Ride the Wave is somewhat not my type of vibe, but that's really it. I was actually shocked because I wasn't really a huge fan of Camron's last joint, The Program.
Okay.
So,
well, if I had a low light, it wouldn't be particularly any track, but it's just the fact that I feel like if you're not a really, really good Camron fan like me, you won't enjoy it that much. Because I came away with like, oh, that was cool. That's Camron. I'm used to hearing them. So, like, I'm not just going to say, oh, this is an album for the fans and nothing like this. But I really feel like if you don't respect Camron as an artist, you might not mess with him like that, Because, like, some of these I had to, like, play again just to catch, like, the silly punchlines or something like that here. Because I feel like even if you don't like his flow or his sound, he still got bars. Like, Camron got bars. So I feel like you really got to be a fan of his music to enjoy it. But then again, that's not a low light. That's just really just a personal preference.
he ain't gonna say it, but I say it. This album for the fans.
Yeah.
Seriously though, if you're not familiar with Camron, I don't really know how to explain his style to you. I mean, I kind of do. He's funny.
Yeah.
He's witty. He's got hard punchlines, but they're usually somewhat based in comedy.
Yeah.
And like ironic things to say in a sense.
Yeah.
Like he was just talking about sperm everywhere like Wi-Fi.
Yeah. I was just like, what?
Like Camron will always say something to make you laugh.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So shout out to that.
Yeah.
I was actually, when I saw it, I was just like, Purple Haze 2?
Why you didn't want to like mess up a classic or something like that?
See, that's the thing. See, Purple Haze isn't a classic.
Okay.
I feel like if it would have came out in 2001 like it was supposed to, it probably would have been. But due to some of the beat changes that they did, like there's a song on there, I forgot what the name of the song is, but he's like, how I get robbed in Cali, I be with Cali thugs. That song had a different beat, and that beat made the song sound fire. The person blocked the sample, so he ended up changing the beat. It changed the whole vibe of the song. So there was so many changes. Like his version of Diamonds and Pearls was fire, but he couldn't put it on the album. There was so many things that happened, and a lot of those songs you had already heard. So of course you were gonna like them. Like Hey Lady was old. Like people have been listening to that for years. Like so there was so many things that. But when I put that album on, I love it. You know what I'm saying? It's still one of my favorite albums. This confirmed my thoughts of Camron. Camron is the best rapper from Harlem. At me if you want to debate it. Sorry to Immortal Technique and Cool G Rap, the other like dope spitters, Q-Tip, like rappers, but Camron is the best spitter from Harlem. Sorry, Jim Jones, you just started getting good now. I'm rocking with it, man.
Yeah, I feel like, like I said, well, like he said, it's an album for the fans. But as still, I can still appreciate the silliness and the witty bars that he comes off with, because he can just really catch you at a moment like, yo, did he really just say that? So other than that, I felt like, he stayed true to himself, and I really think you can't critique that, because at the end of the day, Camron is Camron, and I think he delivered on the front where he stayed true to himself, and he did this type of production. I like the production on here too as well. Like, some of the production on here was just really, really hitting. And I think that's what made me ride with it even more, even though I wasn't in tune with Camron as anybody else would be. The production was real nice.
Who else says lines like "dick on her nose, now she's cockeyed"? My point exactly. Nobody. Final grade, man. I'm going to get this a check. It's Camron. It's Killer Cam. This is Camron in Camron's purest form.
Mm-hmm.
The storytelling that he did throughout this project, I wish he would do more of that. He just so happens to always have a story tucked in his sleeve, like the story about Suge Knight.
Mm-hmm.
I was just like, what?
Yeah.
Like, I didn't even know about that. Like, I would have thought you would have, like, let that story leak, like, a couple years ago. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
Camron always got a story up his sleeve. He got he's one of the most entertaining people. Yeah, he might be a little disrespectful to women. I give him that. He is. But he's funny. He's funny. He can rap. He's a spitter. I rock with Camron's music, man.
Well, I'm going to have to give it a dash. I feel like it's a good project for people who are, down with Cam like that. But for everybody else, it's just like, oh, it's all right. You might find a couple tracks here and there. But you will come away with some witty bars, some quotables that you can tell a friend, like, yo, he actually said this. Like, still, sperm like Wi-Fi. Like, it's wild. But yeah, man, I felt like it was cool.